Hello and welcome to the Artist Cave. You're in an undisclosed location here in MTL. I've been meaning to bring you here for some time to show you what I had hidden away. Fortunately, it's the middle of winter, and I don't know if you've ever been, this is the cave itself, if you've ever been to Montreal in the dead of February, but let me tell you, it can be pretty unpleasant to get anywhere. So, I guess what I'll do is I'll start off with the big pieces. Here are paintings that I've managed to keep preserved, or this is the works I've managed to keep, not lose, preserve. This is a one-shot video because this is going to be a real long video, or it could be a really long video. So right here is Holy Man, help us understand what it means to be our brother man / sister woman. This is God's Wealth, which is after a Tony Robbins incarnation. This is Massive Amounts of Momentum. It's a study where I look like someone's aunt. And this is from a Bluetooth series when I actually had 2 teeth that were broken in the front of my face. So word drawing ink painting called Baby's Mama. It is literally the word Baby Mama written one time. It was done the year my child was being born, not conceived. The child was already conceived, if you know what I'm saying. Here are some of the editions that I've managed to keep. This is one from when they were numbered. I think there was a total series of 8 done, or 9. As we all know, I'm moving my editions program. I'm not moving my editions program, I'm moving my prints. This is one of the first ones. It's owned in a private collection. Many of my works are owned in private collections. De la Montagne, also owned in a private collection. I'm waiting for scans on it. Hot Alien Man, which I re-released because it was a pretty popular image. It was my homage to Henry Rollins. So, this is where I keep my personal collection. The reason I think it's important to have this little art cave is because it gives me space to create in my house without having, and this is what I came to pick up today actually, these scans. It gives me space to create in my house without having to mess up my house and giving me extra space. Most of these are from my private collection. All of these are my private collection, and these are images I intend, or hopefully intend, to keep until after my death for my daughter. Some of these are going to be offered shortly. Actually, a lot of these are. No, some of these are. Anyways, I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Like I said, this is a one-shot video, so I already put up on Saatchi Gallery. Some things I kept just because they made me think of old times, so they might not make sense to you, but they'll always have a place in my heart. Of course, you end up with scraps of paper. This is the cross between drawing and writing, which was an essential part of my art practice. There are a couple things, a couple of little books I made. Not books, but hard objects, which I'll actually step over here for a second. And you'll see, this is the journals I have from Montreal. As I got to later in my practice, or the past number of years, they started becoming much more serious. So I haven't been keeping them, meaning like, anyways, this is a book that was published my first year of Montreal. Here in Montreal, what I like about it is it has lots of my old works, which no longer exist. Or at least if they do, I have no clue where they are. My lover, I love her. I wish I still had her. I've already gone through a walkthrough here with those. These are old sketchbooks. It's what it takes to create the art. You can See, there's a number of them in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I showed you my old journals. Let's get into some sculpture here. This is heavy metal denim suit number 1. It's got a Motorhead patch, an Aussie patch, a Misfits patch, a Metallica patch, a Kiss patch, and a well-worn out Ozzy Osbourne shirt. And that's all about it's all about being a business person and taking yourself seriously, but not necessarily being taken seriously by the rest of the world because of your interests or because of how you dress. This is part of my private collection, my personal collection of other artists. These are 2 Brian Batista videos. Some Michael Markowski painting. He sent it to me. Thanks. In an exchange, if I remember correctly. It's a wallet made by my niece from the Yukon territories, and I always thought it was special to me because it's relative to Aboriginal art. It's the only Aboriginal art I own at this moment. And here are the pride and joys of my collection. These are 2 signed copies of Attila Lukash catalogs. A little signature in there. He's one of my mentors and one of my favorite Canadian artists. And then here's hopefully that didn't break. It's a little penis, or at least I thought it was. Big love from Attila, and you better believe I love Attila.